Today na the 12th day of August 2022. From where this thing begin, where the president return back home, a lot of we don't call say make the president come out and address the nation. Make the president talk to the people. Even to yesterday, some people they say, who that the president for talk to? Why the president for come out? Some people are asking. Well, the president in his wisdom, he don't come out and do now, he don't talk. Yes? When something happen, then wanted the president to talk, he had to foresee for President Bill Yoon. He had to foresee. Alusan Kamara, thank you for the stars. Ellen McDavis, thank you for the stars. Let the stars keep coming, yeah? But this time around, the clarion call, the president don't answer him, and he don't can talk. Waiting the president say, how you receive him? Eh? How you receive the president in speech? Now then you be they expect the president for talk? Or what you be they expect the president balance that side? Usmani Kama, thank you for the stars. Eh? The president, some people they say, oh, the president for come out and speak tough. Now he make lawlessness done boku because the president know they talk tough. For you we be done they say the president for speak up tough. Did the president deliver for you tonight? For you they say the president na papa enough for talk tough. The president for Fenway where he go able bring Sierra Leoneans them all come together. Did the president deliver? For you on that? You not been there when this one be start? Who say you been go? You don't get kiss. If you not been there, because some people they can't say what to? The president don't talk or you not talk it. The president don't talk. He don't talk. And maybe you not been there or you been there, you not pay attention better. You go get another opportunity. Make we listen now fully to waiting the president say in address to the nation. Again, let me stay focused to the issue. Why we not dey pay attention? What in do? Like school picking in a class. Teacher they talk one thing, una they jam on herself na the comment section. What in do? Mama say no sound or wait till they try for say. Side Kagbo. Or they make you go wait first for 15 minutes. The bouncer don't come. If they pull you na do for 15 minutes, you go kind inside back. Now use the F word na ya. Yeah? African King. Thank you, sir. Now use the F word na ya. If they go wait for 15 minutes, so you come back, maybe you go behave. Yeah? But now listen to what the president say to the nation this evening. Maybe you be miss him when the president been the talk. Again, you get the opportunity now for Yam back again. Yeah? Pay attention now. If you need paper and pen, go Fenam.
Hello, Sierra Leoneans. Today, I greet you with a heavy heart. Let us mourn for and pray to God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to grant eternal peace to our police officers and other citizens who were violently killed on the 10th of August 2022. On that day, The peace, security, and stability of this nation was shattered by persons whose insurrection was premeditated, well planned, financed, and executed with shocking brutality. Before August 10th, they had severally identified themselves on social media as APC warriors, PPP, and persons who are determined to capture political power, even at the cost of hundreds of lives. For some time now also, some politicians have been raising tension with divisive language and threats to make this country ungovernable. Their known surrogates and associates have stated that they will continue to illegally use violence to unseat the democratically elected government. The events of August 10 were a clear statement of their collective intent. The Constitution and laws of the Republic not only guarantee the right to free speech and peaceful protest, but also provides applicable restrictions. As in all democracies, the right to peaceful protest should be exercised by identifiable persons, and it should not threaten public safety and peace. The right to protest should not be expressed as a right to violently murder police officers, burn down police stations, and disturb the peace of our country. Clearly, this was not a peaceful protest. The unrest occurred only in parts of Makeni, Binkolo, Magburka, Kamakwe, Longi, Western Rural, Eastern Freetown, and towards PZ in Freetown. There are no protests in all other parts of the country, including large parts of Freetown. This was not a protest against the high cost of living occasioned by the ongoing global economic crisis. The chant of the insurrectionists was for a violent overthrow of the democratically elected government. The killings and destructions targeted police officers and public and private properties associated with the government. Theirs was not a protest about measures undertaken by the government to handle the challenges brought on by the global economic crisis. Let's be reminded that since COVID-19 struck, government has undertaken specific economic mitigation, recovery, and resilience measures that have kept essential food items and fuel on the market, kept businesses running, maintained public services, and regularly paid monthly salaries. In fact, government has reduced fuel and transportation prices twice in the last month alone. This is in addition to other social safety payments and cash transfers to poor and vulnerable populations and microfinance loans to women and youth. The government is expanding skills development and vocational educational opportunities and creating jobs in various sectors of the economy, especially in mining in the northern province, and small-scale manufacturing in other parts of the country. Government had also undertaken large-scale efforts towards food security and kept its free quality school education and healthcare priorities on course. This insurrection, which was executed by clearly identified partisans using the cover of follow-on crowds including children, was characterized by targeted killings, wanton looting, and destruction of property. It was not a peaceful cost of living protest. This was simply an attack on the peace and security, an attack on the rule of law, an attack on democracy. In addition to the overarching objective, the attacks were meant to violently disrupt the daily and normal activities and lives of ordinary Sierra-Leoneans. To the international community, it was meant to present Sierra Leone as a place where law and order has completely broken down. Government will not sit idly by for such persons to disturb the peace of this nation and derail the gains we are making in this nation. The full force of the law will be brought to bear on all those persons who attacked and killed police officers. They, their sponsors, and their collaborators will not go unpunished. There will also be a full investigation into the death of ordinary citizens who lost their lives in this senseless violence incited by those unknown persons. In the coming weeks and months, government will undertake necessary security actions meant to guarantee the peace and security of all citizens. While these may cause some unavoidable inconveniences, government's action will guarantee all constitutional rights and freedoms of peaceful citizens. The security forces will and must act with great restraint and within their professional codes of service. But be assured that my government will crack down hard on violent insurrectionists, their collaborators, their sponsors, and their supporters. My government will relentlessly fight those who would rather use terror and gruesome violence to achieve political goals. As president, I urge every peace-loving Sierra Leonean to be mindful that our national unity, peace, and stability are essential for our survival as a nation. Let us continue to respect all the laws of Sierra Leone and remain law-abiding. Just over 20 years ago, we turned our backs on using violence to resolve our differences. We have since made great progress to consolidate our democracy. My government has made effort to open up spaces for dialogue and peace. Bintu Mani 3 was meant to bring all parties together to forge a pathway to peace and national cohesion. Since then, we have established the National Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. We have removed obnoxious, seditious libel laws, and Sierra Leone has made great improvements in global press freedom rankings. No journalist is in prison for the practice of journalism. There are traditional and community leaders, youths, and community groups through which citizens can express their views. My government has maintained open dialogue with civil society organizations and international partners. Government also assures the right to peaceful protest as long as groups and their leadership identify themselves and work within the existing laws of Sierra Leone. Peaceful protesters will be fully protected by law enforcement officials. My government has further undertaken progressive reforms to guarantee fundamental constitutional rights and freedoms, create opportunity, and ensure gender empowerment and equality. The dates for democratic elections have been announced over a year in advance, and political parties are free to organize peacefully and present policies to citizens of this nation. Fellow citizens, let me close by expressing deep condolences to bereaved families. We will fully investigate all deaths as a result of this violent insurrection. As a government, we will honor the police officers who were murdered with a civic funeral in respect of their service to this nation. Their deaths shall not be in vain, and we will bring their killers and those responsible for their deaths to justice. I thank you, and may God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone.
May God bless you too, sir. The President of the Republic of Salone. President Bill don't talk. Maybe you know one of the people that will be they say, hey, the president don't talk. You don't hear it. The president don't deliver for you. Wetin na be you expectation? Wetin you get from the president in speech? Wetin you be the hope say he talk way he not talk? Wetin you be want for make he talk way he talk better one for you? You will be the say the president for Kamad had he deliver for you? You will be the say no na papa make he come and can talk to we. He deliver for you? He also for please all man. But there are some fundamental way we always they expect the first gentleman of the nation for take. He don't take him for you? What do you get from this? Going forward, if you want to do anything, you go remember say, hey, the president we don't talk. Let man take it easy. Eh? Let man take it easy. Or you go say, I beg you, now yourself you be talk for. How me connect? You not talk with you, I want let you talk. Peace. 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 Let peace reign. Eh? Let peace reign. You know they take fire for hot fire. But now water you go take. Let peace reign. Like about Usmantoli. Let we hear you. Waiting na you take on the president's speech. Yes, Usmantoli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A. And also, I would like to thank the President, His Excellency, Julius Maada Bio, for his speech. As you rightly say so, Triple A, we get some fundamental questions them, what they ask, especially for we people them where they Salone. Where they don't listen to the speech of the president. The question is, if you they live right now inside Salone, after you don't listen to the president in speech, this speech it turn you on. This particular speech we don't listen from the president, you calm you down, it remove your fears. Does it console you? These are the questions then, because don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we know say, as we they talk, the country is still there under curfew. So things are not returned to normality. So a very large number of the population of Salone right now, they wait for listening to the speech of the president. This president, this particular speech we make so, it's like a break or make. So now we ask the question. If you, this Salone right now, after listening to the president in speech, Does it calm you down? Does it remove your fear? If you're a business person, does it encourage you for let go back, for go do your business? So these are some of the fundamental questions. And when I address the speech, now some of them questions here, I try for answer. To start with, I will look at some of the positive side of the speech, and then I will look at the areas them where I feel say, it needs some improvement. Well done. I mean, he starts by expressing condolences, and he make rest for the one that we lost in life. He expressed in concerns. He expressed in sympathy. So that's good. And he make a prayer for the country, where we all they pray for the peace of the country at the moment because of the way how things then they talk then they turn right now. It's not in the interest of the country. You talk about the measures them where they may take during COVID-19 in order for mitigate the impact of COVID-19. We all agree, say, indeed, they may try to some extent for mitigate those impacts. And one thing I also agree with them, and I think we mentioned that the other few days they will only comment on this for this forum, that we advise the youth or the perpetrators them, we then did behind this, as you say the time for the elections has already been announced less than 10 months ago. So we've been advised them, let them not come out for go cause any violence. But to we greatest disappointment, then go out, then go cause this havoc. And to a very large extent, today, look who side they lead with to. So far, so good. I think say this now the strength of in speech where me take notice of. But to be honest with you, I'm slightly disappointed. The speech is slightly below my expectation. And I think we mentioned some of these things them we when they talk about. Casting blame when fully you say you go investigate. You see, I think this is where some people will be disappointed. Constantly casting blame when you say you go investigate. You don't already prejudice the investigation. As simple as that. Yeah? Casting blames on the opposition. You don't name the people and way they behind them. But you say it go carry out an investigation. In itself, now prejudice. Yeah? And the speech is so strong. Anybody who listening to this is so strong. Because we look forward to a speech where they try for console we, where they give we that words of courage for more we go out there and begin turn the economy back on. Because as it stands for the last few days, the Sierra Leone economy is in a complete standstill. And it's not good for businesses, it's not good for investment, it's not good for the government as it stands right now. And if it continues like this, believe me, it will be tough for the people in the country. Discourage investors, them, economic activities, then they're on a standstill. We need a speech where they can motivate the people, where they can console everybody, where they can bring we together so that we go get that confidence, that motivation for go out there and then begin for continue for turn the economy on. But I don't think this is the kind of speech what they look for. Yeah? You say, for example, the government, they try for crack down hard. No doubt about it. If you carry out an investigation, we know say the perpetrators, when and catch them later, then go bring them to justice. But this is not the right time to emphasize on these issues, because you are creating more panic to the citizens who are already panic. We need consolation at this point in time. We need more words of courage. I think that most people then they look forward to at this point in time. Then the other thing is I think the only evidence, which to some extent, you go argue, say, you get some evidence of truth. But is that sufficient enough? The evidence we in come up with, if you listen to his speech critically, is that, only the stronghold of the opposition, which is, he called the names of those places, such as the Western Rural, some part of the Eastern Urban. You talk about McKinney, you talk about Kamakwe, Binkola, and all those places, which are the strongholds of the APC. I think not that's then they all as evidence. That is what they are looking as evidence for, point at the fingers, because at it stands, we don't know what you don't go behind the scene. So we will only talk on what we see. What do we see? Now that's what they talk on right now. So the evidence is based on the fact that, the violence, the riot will happen, now the stronghold of the APC. That's not your own submission, that. Yeah? And you talk about the collaborators. Yeah? You say the collaborators, then now people that will come up from, basically from the stronghold of the APC. That's what in the try for talk. And I think something is boiling behind the scenes, Triple A. I don't know if everybody understands this. Immediately after the president's speech, we get a gentleman, we can tell you about some promotions in the military as well as retirement. Yeah? The promotions, one of the biggest reshuffle will take place, the head of the military. They don't remove him, they don't retire him. I think Suleiman or Sule, whatever. They don't retire him. I think the man where there, I don't know if not second or some senior member, now he don't take over in place. So what I want to be saying here, something cook behind the scenes, where we go know later, or already some other members then go don't know what will happen. I'm not going to name what is going to happen, but something cooked behind the scene. Because for a president, for just announce or making your statement, speech, then suddenly, and can't tell me a reshuffle inside the military, it shows clearly that something don't cook behind the scenes.
Just help you quick, go over that one day quick, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
sir. It don't please the president for do then changes here inside the military. Major General Peter K. Lavaron, they don't promote now to General N to Lieutenant General and appointed as the Chief of Defense Staff. So now na the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff, and now na Lieutenant General. You get Brigadier General Dauda Alpha. They don't promote him now to Major General and na the Commander of the Joint Force. They don't appoint him Commander of the Joint Force. Then number 3, you get Brigadier General Christian F. Mara, promoted to Major General, and he's been appointed as the Chief of Staff and of the Ministry of Defense. Chief of Staff of Ministry of Defense. Number 4, you get Brigadier General Abubakar Conte, appointed now as the Assistant Chief of Defense Staff. Number 5, you get Colonel Michael S. Kamara, promoted to Brigadier General and appointed as the Assistant Chief of Defense Staff. You get Captain Navy Philip J. Joanna, we done promoted to Commando and appointed as the Assistant Chief of Defense Staff. Number 7, you get Group Captain John A.S. Bondo, promoted to Air Commando and appointed as waiting the Assistant Chief of Defense Staff. We get 3 retired. We get Lieutenant General Sule Aisise, now retired. We get Brigadier General Ronnie B. Halstein, retired. And we get Brigadier General Joseph S. Kamampu, retired.
Okay, Triple A. One of the comments we make yesterday is that His Excellency the President is very lucky for survive a coup. Because under the circumstance here, they out of the country. Let's face the fact and begin analyze some of the issues here critically. Most coups them way they happen. Yeah. Now under the difficult circumstance here. Yeah. Especially with the citizens them that riot or protest against the government. What thinking normally happen? That's a clear opportunity for the military for suspend the constitution. Then they suspend the constitution that moment day. Yeah? Then they suspend that constitution day, then declare a state of emergency. That's not what happen, and then begin rule by decree. But the president, as lucky as he is, they outside the country, yeah. Then something like this happen. Then we almost last say the military are in control of the country, because we all saw what happened. The police not be able to control the situation. If let me say that they were armless. Most of the police officers, all they see, except for the OST, but the can crowd, what we see them for being get out of hand. So it was the military then come use the expertise, professionalism for able to control that crowd to some extent. Yeah. So if they really want overthrown that moment, then for don't suspend that constitution and then call for a state of emergency. Easy, just easy as that. But he is lucky. Well, some people and they attribute that to being loyal, the military loyal to him. But again, we come today now, yeah. We they analyze the situation, looking at the background and looking at what happened. We don't see some members, senior members. I mean, most senior members. In fact, the most senior member of the military has been retired. So what in the cook? The question is, what in cook behind the scene? That's not the question what they ask. What in cook behind the scene where probably me and you don't know. But I know, say, for sure, sooner or later, we know say something cook behind the scene. Yeah? But honestly speaking, it's lucky. And before they left, one of the statements we make, he said people now need to protest against the cost of living crisis. He said this protest is not a cost of living crisis. Are you convinced? Are you convinced with that? Because I think clearly hardship is an important factor when NTR they happen. It's an important factor. And not only in Sierra Leone, but in some other sub-regions, as well as or even in country how they show. We know say, when NTR they happen, the cost of living, the hardship then at the country, that is more than evidence. Nobody now they dispute that. Transport don't go up. These are all, it could not be the only factor. Yeah? Or it cannot be the precipitate factor, the immediate factor, but it's one of the major causes. One of the major causes. No doubt about it. There's a cost of living crisis in the country, but this is why we have problem with this. Some of them people here. You have to recognize, the cause root of the problems then. If you don't recognize, how you go able to fix, find a solution to them here, we don't recognize what are the causes then. Not to one cause this. People then they take advantage of situation for do something otherwise. People then on they grumble even before they read the videos and they go around and say the cost of living is high. And one are the same one where they go out there, say the Ukraine war, the impact of COVID-19, all don't make the cost of living very difficult in the country. accept it, assure the people them, tell them what you wanna plan for do, what you wanna don't do already, and then forge the way forward. That's how you calm people them down. And heavily criticized on the basis of the fact that this man or they come out to almost everybody we me don't talk to. He needs to come out, even if once a month, talk to the nation. Pick a date, say at least once a month at they come, especially in difficult situations like this. You need for they come out once a month, address the nation. Tell them, say, we don't do A, B, C, D. We move towards X, Y, Z, and just assure the people and say, we understand our situation, but we are, they work with the, for try for fixed situation. Now that would expect them for do on a monthly basis, not in this particular speech. All we want in this particular speech we don't make today, now for come with that. Give me that confidence. Motivate we for go out and go about with normal business. Not to for the investigation will carry on. That's not what we are very keen on. He mentioned about wanted, but he mentioned that he repeatedly talk about that. Naimon and me. Repeatedly talk about that. Which is not, if we don't put another statement, we go help for calm the people and give them confidence and move ahead. So I will stop here. Lagi chance to the fellow panelists them. Thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to everybody with the listening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, yeah, all man get rights to your opinion. Yeah, it's not an endorsement of the platform, but all man get rights to your opinion. You self get rights to your opinion. Eh? The president self get rights to you. I don't tell we so. But for say, well, and I saw I be they expect the president. Myself I get me own. The president don't do own. Myself get me own for talk about the president's own because the president don't talk, but the one they will go behave, or misbehave. Eh? So because I see the comment section, everybody they yeah? Okay. The president don't talk. What you get out of the speech? 22 regions, you get a platform.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks for having me, and Kusha and Cabo Fambule. The basic thing where I take out of it, the perpetrators or whoever the way they behind this thing, they definitely will face the full penalty. I think that's the best thing. You understand? But again, me and another thing where the try for say a government get to be very, very proactive. You understand? You not go wait when situation like this don't come out of hands, so they don't go out of hands. That's when you will make that kind of lovely speech there, or being reactive, begin put things them in place. Once you get, maybe they get your own strategic communication units, and that's the young men on ground. You get the whole Minister of Information and everything. There has to be a constant engagement with the people. You understand? You can't allow somebody they growing small. Try for put a stop. Now when they don't take off, when the body don't begin flying now that's when they try for clamp and down. No. From the one where then things then they start, so you don't begin hearing the rumor. You don't begin hearing the situations there, don't they happen? You understand? They talk about them. Then you get from straight away from that point there. But everybody have faced a way that meaningful Sierra Leone and way responsible, way no one for make we go back to the back days then just like they say the days them way we see that give a lot of people flashback. People that begin think how waiting you see 20 years back. You understand? We don't want to go back. And nobody no go support waiting we see the happen so. There should be law and order. The reason why make some people vote for the president or even support the president, even though some people probably not vote for them, they were living outside of the diaspora, is because they think he gets a military background. And the trend Sierra Leone we don't go, there was one part lawlessness. Corruption, not part of lawlessness. Everything we just there the item, just the increase. So people will feel say them go get that iron arm. I remember one time when the president is talking about them, they get that the primaries when they go. When the president pull voice, me now one person I say yes. I saw you get for the talk as a man. When you know they talk, you just stay dull, you know they wait. People then they make people then they take advantage. Say, you know they talk or this or that. But when they see you as a president, you come one, you know they come all time. But anytime when you come, it's like some of me daddy, you know me, they beat me all the time. But the day when me daddy beats me, if he beats me that day, he go say class so 1 year before he beats me back. But anytime when he beats me, that he didn't have me 30 days even when don't die go. I remember all the beats me, papa beats me. Because that's what wicked in UK. Therefore, is still disciplined. You understand? So you as that, you know, you say you come for the camp, talk all the time, things that were not necessary. But when you begin see situation like this, especially when you get a global trend, when an economic crisis, where they happen like this, the people want for the your voice. Your voice, you're not the papa of the nation. Your voice means a lot than the Minister of Information. Your voice means a lot than any of your other ministers there, because this is coming from the horse's mouth. Just the way one day ago on 98.1, he talked. People felt so good. You understand? Because there were a lot of comments. People were sending messages, even opposition. People that were not there for them. And I say, themselves, they go through all those messages where people they send. Now they're page and day. You understand? He can do the same thing. He's still popular. People like him. Now that make people vote some. And some people go out for see and for making it complete. Wait till it don't start in the first term. Because changing again will create another scenario where we go start back. When I make all the time we don't be in development, because every government will come get different agenda. You understand? So now we see that situation we are in. They're not going for wait when situation come out of hand. All those life lost. All the policemen, and they will say they get forgive a befitting burial, get forgive them that attention. It should not be something what they talk about. If they would have acted long since. We don't for they talk about loss of life. We for they talk about the way forward, how we go able to address. I can always give areas the way now areas when I missed opportunities. We got so many opportunities them or institution we can leverage them. We can develop on the institution and they take some of them, but more than the way in our streets. Then one the way they way not their work with the crisis. They not their work things stronger and this and that. Absorb them into those institutions, into the system. Certain things and the way they. Even the military are glad they are still in with equipment and wake up. Probably I'm in engineering. They can set up a whole construction company where they're in charge for make feeder roads and this and that. Recruit some of them, but they come with them, train them and everything, and give them jobs. We're going to go. They do other auxiliary jobs. There's not so the key jobs they will be. Engage them. Once you get that constant engagement, you involve them and try to develop them in their mindsets. Then no go. You likely say something, then there's there. You farm. They want they work on a farm. They don't really for demonstration outside the day because they have a job, because they're busy. They get. Even the Bible says the idle man at the devil workshop. People then they all they don't get it. So they see opportunity say, oh, now job na go do this, now go thief. Some petrol station they vandalize, some businesses, them government bosses they with them, but we're not going to get them thing in there. We don't talk about investment, private investors, or people for can invest. A lot of people, they're your personal investments. I want to know if some of those businesses are even insured. How they're going for start again. But I believe, say, if they really, the president continue for engaged other partner they're waiting at the other side, you understand? I think, say, the tension will die down. The tension will really, really die down. We support me, my one person will support whoever where they behind this. Who side the person they live or wherever they live, they have to pay the price. Then therefore pay the price. You know, therefore take the law into your own hands. But let them review certain things. This not for make we not learn from what you not pass. If 10 years give a war pass, we not learn anything. It's high time for them they learn from them. Them they go flashback. And when they go flashback, you therefore remember say, for make we not go back to South Media, what can we do? What review can we make? You can for make, you can for make certain adjustments. You know, you're not going to be that kind too much of a hard or a dictator. No, you can be a moderate leader. Most of the best leaders that waiting at the war, they are very moderate. They're not loose, they're not too strict, but they are moderate. When you're moderate means you're flexible. Who side for the hard, you hard. Who side for the soft, you soft. You understand? Get policy where you know say go there, we go involve everybody. Well, communication. As you said, there's one area where they therefore really review at. The bulk of people they not take as say because instead the people that were there more different political party opposition supporters. No, engage them, make them know exactly what is happening. Because they're declaring a hardship, make the protest or this, you understand, or whatever. So therefore, make sure say, they know exactly what is happening. When you see people that religiously, they sit down, put speaker, put bench, they listen to one day person, when not they even living a salon. Sit down, they listen to them. That tells you something is wrong somewhere. Now, not for feel like happening. Now, not for feel like how can we distract these people's minds? What can we do to distract them? They need to be empowered. Need to give them more information. Let them know say now this thing that happen. Now this government they plan for the youth self. Government not just sit down the full and full food. Government is putting modalities how to develop the young people their life, how to invest in human capital, just like how the president is here, how for build institutions so we for able to make money, how for bring certain things them we go encourage or attract foreign investors they forbid they can at the country. Let people they know even we not the diaspora one for see, one for no, we want for the say if somebody sit now one corner they talk rubbish. You just educate and say you go just send the audio there or whatever way you get when you see the government they do for let shut up. Because out of ignorance, there's some people then they talk. But once you did the footprints and did it, what go show to people them, I mean, it's never too late. We need for just learn from this way happen, make it not ever repeat again. Make it not ever repeat. But Mr. President, we glad the way you come out. You're not the head of the country, you're not the head of the army. For some reason we don't know why you do adjustment at the army, probably something else will happen. But you therefore review you traveling. Just like how Smartly they say you're very lucky. The number of times that when you don't travel, if you know me, that's a loyal military behind you. You understand? It's easy for me then do whatever they want for do. Well, we don't want that because we don't want to go back to the same old days. You understand? But if you say in this present dispensation, therefore get you ambassadors them. Certain people the way they go. No need for I tell you get ambassadors, you get high commissioners them, you get your foreign minister, make them deputize you, make them represent you, make them do whatever, we them go do the same thing. Now the world launch technology don't so improve that you can do virtual, you can do Zoom. Where's the day then where people they communicate and attend meeting now, besides them not even present physically. If it's possible, do those things so you're able to concentrate in your economy, able for do proper review. You know, for left everything like chief minister I say ain't go able for the do monitoring for you're the president. You see the way you left that your office, you go to your building. You see what happened that weekly. All man they run for go work by 8 o'clock. All man in the office. Productivity improved. They want to see that country where in people are not so lethargic. People that they go work 9 o'clock when you for in the office 8 o'clock. Now lost revenue because government they pay in a taxpayer money, they take pay people there. We want to see that salon where in people they respect time. We want to see that salon where in productivity, the people, the foreign people themselves where they now country, where they live in our country, no say we serious and we ready for long we go before. We don't want for suicide, we authorities them, not the account to people there. We want for see accountability, we want for see transparency, we want for see this. All these reports, my whole Bible of itself. When I guide to every government where they come in and out, it they guide you because it sounds like a checks and balance. Minister, when they take money, just like you say yesterday, the president say constraints say in the economy. Look the number of revenue leakages, money where people then they take, they know they account for. Look the amount of money. Those leakages and the other money, you can use them, you invest into the health. You can use them, invest into your education project where you get. You can use them, invest in agriculture. You can use them, invest in power. Probably research and planning units that you energy sector. You understand? All them things a day. So you not just go for sit up and look. If Parliament no one even check you audit report or whatever, you audit them. So I want to check this audit report. I want to do so. Let not just let not the cherry pick things they will not say they in we favor. Let us we really show the international community say we ready. We're ready, but we didn't hear you, Mr. President. It's a good speech. It's timely you come out and speak and really not do this investigation out of sentiment. Do an investigation where you know say very credible, let it based on sincerity and trust. Let it not just be saying Now opposition. You probably might not know. Probably some people in the inside young governments where they sabotage you. When no one for let you succeed for make you the next as the president. You never can know. Because it's certain information and the way people they get outside. Now people that are inside your own cabinet, they leak out some of those information. So even when you do your investigation, not just focus or say, oh, this is opposition, the opposition, well, I know I call political party name. Probably they are insiders the way they with the government. When no one let you succeed. So I mean won't take that day. But nobody in his right mind not go support waiting with the CISO. So my full family did it. Family they did it. You know, that's
Th-
not me won't take him back.
all right, thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, Usfend, welcome on board, sir. What's your take on the president's speech?
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. Thanks very much to our listeners and viewers them, and thanks a lot for you for relaying this message to we. We know say the president, you don't make a speech. That now the other stage of this event will go on. We don't start on Monday. So now we see the decision of the one who said the papa for talk to we and the nation. So, but usually we try for say a speech with a president they make now the aim for let go communicate and inform people them all the time. We expect that. We all comes down to waiting the message can contain and waiting the situation day. Waiting you they try for address the environment with the situation they go. But when sometimes you can see president, they're very good. Everyone they try for get you for captivate the audience, and some of them can do them for just coming out telling you the facts and try for sure way forward. Some can do without knowing unconsciously. They can do unconscious, but because of a tradition, saying so politics, it get for be, and because of people that don't change the perception of politics, we supposed to be straightforward after God in our politics. But because of they don't use the politics word, they say, oh, they talk politics. That now somebody who sabi talk, either they manipulate or so. That now the adjective we don't use for say as soon as politics for now. Waiting they bring us the preference and way in see and speeches then can depend on waiting in the try for address or waiting in the try for him. If they try for him, the message say they try for either create fear or if they try for create kind of for you get that fear or they say AWE. Oh, but now respect with fear, but if fear something like what they say the respect oh that fear they something like that when they present them. Or some of them you can get a speech where you say one now for let I will show let you understand what it I mean by either the intonation what they use or either by the way what they stress them or the type of words and why they include they so that you go understand. But we don't see the speech, it don't go. For me, I go say now more of preference when a policy based speech. Within this policy based speech what they try for say, not that you not address the issue at hand, but towards the other half of the speech, you will see a more policy based speech based on what you don't do for let you go address the economy and the economic state. But you dey look am about again, say some people go say, well, na a repeated speech, na the same thing they tell we over and over. Some go say, well, na just na the method that still they say. So people then go say, well, why you not go design another formula? If not about the economy, if you want for bring, why you not go design them? So that it will become sweet and easy and music to the ears of those who then really get to understand. Rather than the one day when you go say, well, yeah, then go live with what I don't talk, then go follow. Because that's why I don't say I don't put discipline, then go discipline, then wire. Then on the other side again, instead of I will go for the policy base, I see on the speech again say now more of a decisive one for say, in don't make up a decision prior or before the one day when the independent investigators them. We know say the United Nations and we know say other bodies they don't call for investigation. We will not read there prior to this one today. People then follow up. We see that different things they don't call for dialogue, investigation, independent, for let them go know. But here they say it just I don't know if it cover or the way it is saying, but say talk about the killing of the one they don't kill, then go investigate and bring people into justice. But I don't know if that one may cover an umbrella of the civilians as alongside who then kill, and then all they go investigate with bullet wounds, who that then shoot them, or who's situation, who they shoot them, or one day who they shoot, where they confronting, where they have weapons, or not. The one them way I hope I pray let and soul will rest perfect peace. The police personnel them. We nobody not will let them torture anybody in life that way. But you have to look at issues of you describe something as an insurgence when a violent thing, or you look at not from the mutiny side, not from people and say then grab for rice and do other series bad thing. But you don't categorize her as an insurgent. We actually that the word of because the word of violence they inside the dictionary when they describe the word insurgent, you use insurgents in that side there. But if you look critically inside the word insurgents come on, you go face again, not the right word. You might say be an unrest. Because when you say an insurgent, you talk of mutiny, police and go arrest or other things. So but let's I will left a little bit before we can join on to something else. But this is what Womi don't see on the speech. They don't make decision already that these are planned to do and I really know the one them we clearly identified because they clearly identified. So we want to know the clearly identified how it's so short in investigating this. If they don't come to conclusion, well, then we just try to say, well, now all we need for do now for goal without need for goal. Because if you clearly identify, the next thing you do now for raise a warrant of arrest. So, but this is what we don't know if that the procedure or you talk of waiting now the time analysis because at that time Siri analysis more. Then the issue on this area of the speech. I analyze the time issue when the woman they first call, they run, the one they will begin this, when they begin to this, when they begin throw stones, when they begin bonfire, when they begin to shoot. Because where they talk about the shooting of more the bullet, I don't see clearly. If you go now, all you go CNN, you go you go now, it's like through YouTube. You go France 24, you go DW, you get other areas involved to the Africans and they show because the other side where they put the message where they tweet when the one I talked about yesterday when the that lady something Michelle Michelle when the UN High Commissioner, but that's like they go see them picture somebody when a figure where somebody they shoot at an unidentified group. But when you go on the YouTube, you will see what this person here, he really they pull the bullets, they put on first the pistol, and then the pistol not even run, he run out of bullets, or he try for let people afraid more. Now he put the bullet down back, he pull back other gun when I just shot one or two gun when I didn't call him tear gas gun, he load them back, he point them, but the person be so lucky and brave, the picture and video the movement. But the people in talk say because now you get away for verify. The people might say, oh, well, no, not a salon happen. Who said about they take the tear gas, they send them back, no salon happen. But these are the same spot, who said the bobot in Apple, they throw the tear gas back, then at the same spot you see them they shoot. Then remember, then they verify them pictures there, then get away. When you snap photo, it's with Android photo, then they tell, say, this time now you snap this picture. It might not be able to have the geography depending on your GPS where you put on, but that time and dates, it can always date. So, but now we'll not go that detailedly. Then why are they show now the other media them? So your question now say why then they show this alongside the protesters and say people and die. Why would I not go look to this forensics or I don't know who's forensics or who not get for use for when I will come to a decision for when I will able to get them culprit. So it look a little bit contradicting where you don't clearly identify, so you don't really make a judgment. But we're not gladly for let anybody cause a riot, but we try to see the procedure or this procedure where it follow now one way now for let it go tell the people and say, well, Una don't do bad, Una don't do this, we find out. But here we are trying for let peace good day. We not go try for the say, we don't invite Una, Una not come, we don't do this. But as a daddy, we talk saying continuous and persistent, you go able to try for create. In other words, anytime when something fail, you try another method, another formula. In other words, you experiment different methods. Say this method now go do the approach. And but when you do the approach, you get for open the door. And the owner self would then they open the door for if una like the opposition now or una would they cry for anything, una say get for surrender and bring una own view in a genuine and clean way. So you see say that when they go and say then get for know how things then they happen now in terms of it might be, let's say now, let's put this scenario before we go. Put this scenario, say, okay, now people that don't cause the insurgents. Now people don't create, let people then go become human shield, let them go do behind the and go cause problem. So then go do this meeting it, cause capture people that do this, born motuka. But okay, let's accept that. So again, you as a professional president, you try one for let you get your piece, let you reach that stage there, you index and you human rights, then you will begin thinking, say, well, I don't go allow the police and go shoot one thing because they want to shoot them tomorrow. Now me then go see without order because there is a court then where they go on now. After years, you will see them count and put court for without don't do this. You might look at it from that point again. So now for that again, you as a leader, you have read all these questions and answers to the United Nations or to the human rights, the other bodies then. Because if you go on your own page today back, you broadcast, I think like the Mayor and McKinney, where talk about say just come on and the Sierra Leone human rights something where they do some investigation from them cases there, then they do that independent summary for them to try submit them their findings. So but we don't know through their findings, but whenever them body are they give them findings, we don't also don't give plenty findings and we don't give issues where we talk about that only issue was the case study where I forget the guy name now for name, but one of the human rights they would find out body they been doing that virtual together with even Francis about almost 8 to 12 hours. But here are they trying for toxic. Now then they care case to the court, the human rights something. So then they try for bill the king and also that case then they bring, but then they go show say when I didn't see how they happen, how will I go deal with them? So you see, say there are things on the side where you walk. And there are things again where you as a leader you get for observe saying I didn't think I get for take so that I'm not saying I will become weak. Nobody not saying you get for can't talk because then they say talk, you talk up, you expect to talk with authority. That might be one thing and go say, oh, this might talk like a woman. That might not be the point, but I believe say the talk all strategies of excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. Strategies of so-called way where you go try for build that peace day. So anytime you try this, you bring another solution. You as a leader, I believe, say you get for open rooms more so that you be able to see them. The other point was to say again, remember again recently yesterday I called about this woman MB Masari. But what in a own duty now been the residual court. That court where they call that place now that the building itself, the structure there, and then the administrative residues them. Now in the woman, then the building they wouldn't use that Gaza wouldn't the thought of people and now will run over and will stop. But the residues have been doing what we talk about. You go one for ask why Babatunde Babatunde, the UN ambassador, whoever Rek Nasalo, go meet this woman and discuss about wouldn't they talk about say peace prevention is better than for peace building and conflict prevention. So these are all the little things that already work at the corner. So you as a president, that's how we council, that thing there you get for do because you get a Twitter page. You get for go and then things there. Not to the Twitter page, you say I mean use them for give out. But in the Twitter page, now let you go check because now that thing, I've already say tweet now quick. Now, before the BBC don't read and the news, and you don't see the tweets don't come. So if you get tweets, they see the message that the tweet before even the BBC broadcast. But the other side again, where I want for look into when people in the talk about this issue of terrorism. Here is the example of the one at Ghana. Ghana, what happened at Ghana this week? Yeah, and get a boundary. The area in call it Zabzugu. That now then Tamale. There are some parts na Ghana. But and get the border with Togo. And Togo, you know, say I mean get issue of terrorism. But here is a practical case of terrorists. How then do? Then come as Christmas and then fall. That now the day before yesterday. So when the people identify and see them 4 people are why they all for come together inside that Sunday. So but the point is here is they end up for hold them, arrest them, and present them to the law. Because then here now they not terrorism. So I don't think there you therefore look say Interpol therefore do. I don't think there would expect say when you say go UN, they call back AU, when I get urgent meeting, when I don't go look for address, how would they address this? Today back, why they talk today, today still because the time for Usa meeting. Today this Friday, na Liberia again, other insurgents, then get the party where they call Unity Party, when are the opposition, then go burn the money also overnight. But yes, still, you can see how then they follow the procedure for go about it, for try for get things together. So, but these insurgents that in they happen at the region. So, but it's a bit different. Where you see it happen at Salon, but what you go do? You know they try for capitalize on them. Where you go make France. What if France don't see? Let them see this not go na Salon. From the end of that news was yesterday in a not a rumor now because they say for take time. So all this because of the situation and what they don't see. And if you they brand again you people and say they are terrorists, instead of you go try you go able for the being disciplined is different. I'm not say like you left things and go out. That's not the point. But the approach where you go able for let you go see how I will get them people. And some people go say, well, who are the people and now I will talk to? Who are them who will listen to? Well, it's up to how you don't get the evidence of clear identify. These are the method where you get for look. But when you talk again about mutiny, you talk about the army, you talk about the military, where they don't get a change now, where I go just church quick, you go see say there are changes that will be done in the military before. Even that time, just after that incident from Guinea now, they be don't get no absence without leave. Therefore, sign, then take all them gun at their hand. And there are issues within some people in that Waterloo end, you know, say they get barracks in some side in that end day, or whatever I call the place. Then we don't get people that wouldn't say, oh, well, we don't fight during the war, we not get nothing, don't can retire away. This has been going on, not to now. So the changes already happen. So now we're not on a physical one, they don't see. But there has been changes that will be on the go. I know they say people are not favorable, they not say me they talk for the mind of the army, but I know the some of them were favorable based on what in the goodie. But this is what I just want to let the leaders and get for see. Look at it from a broad base. Look at it how we're able to deal with me and the world, the outside world, where they help me, and let I go see back how I go able to deal with the one then way I they call as people way they deal with me. And then you now let us think of how this West Africa region, now Mali, I only talk about an area they have Mali Togo, now like a tripod, just like we join with Liberia, Guinea and Salon, that curve day, we said then go 3 join. Now similar point there, and I did the time of Sanko, those places they may get for one move because whatever they that place there, I don't know how they can easily get arms and settle. But this is the area where they get for try look to Interpol with this awareness, early warnings, how they go able to deal with the insurgents that already happen around now the West Coast and try to deal with them in a kind of way now we portray we image to the world. But if we just say point finger, we point this, where this thing happen under, it come over so, where this thing comes so, it come over so, where you want to dig around yourself, you get for face the world, where you will not say how trick what go there for catch. But the point here is let God make leaders in there, wisdom, let people in there one idea of focus. Thanks a lot. Let God continue for help. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, friend.
Yeah.
I don't get much for say. We're not being supposed for there today as per the agreement. Get yesterday. What to be supposed to do here as something different. This time we take to the president in speech. President Bill, thank you, sir. We don't hear waiting you see. But Mr. President, you still left another speech for do. That one where you go come and talk Creole and talk directly to the youth of the nation. Now, true say, the parts the way you call, now they the problem happen. But Mr. President, do ya me at the big? Then call him Nende and part of the region. Now in him born regionalism. Pam people them we feel to say they able to use that points the way pinpoint the exact space them where this thing happen. People that will not like the country, they're able for use them and begin for spew out something. We not go born fine picking tomorrow in our country, sir. Do ya? You don't speak the English done. You don't talk what you get for talk done. But still yet, you need back for come and talk Creole and talk directly to the youth them. Yes? Right now you say you know things say now because of hardship now make people learn come out. Maybe now by the intelligence the way you don't get. But do ya sir? Tin mona na salon. Tin mona. And true hardship day salon. True people and they we want for speak up say papa the tin mona na salon sir. Do something for we. Eh? Do something for we. Sir President. Can't talk Creole to you people them. Talk to them. Make them understand, say, you understand what's in the gun at the country. Yes, you don't tell people at the speech, say, you even don't put fuel down. So yesterday, they don't put a note to 18,000. Can't explain to the lady understand. Make them know, say, you know, they up there. And they pretend like, say, you know, they don't, you know, no, nothing where they up and down. I see on the part of the one that will die. I don't know if they tell you. Eh? I don't know if they tell you, sir. But people in the way a stray bullet kill. People in the way a stray bullet kill, sir. So the one them by the population will die, not to say that all man come on at streets. Where they part of this. So man no mix if it na house. Now bullets go meet na house and kill and dey. Because the way you address them, you just focus more on the police them. But innocent citizens themselves, they lost their life. They lost their life, sir. Not to say them come on at Tito. No. Innocent people have been dead. So dear sir, come back, can't talk to you people them. Come back. Because beaucoup them, where we come out and treat so all this English we speak today, they don't understand that. They don't understand that. Talk to the let them feel you. Because then when the week come out for can't talk for you, they need do good job. They need to do good job, oh. They need do good job today, they need to do one tomorrow. They need do one. Do ya? Come back. Address the youth then directly. All the opportunity the way you don't create, make let they understand. Make let they understand, say, now this I don't do for now this I don't do. Talk to them. And then not look like if I say, now the presidency against the citizens then. They want them where do wrong, definitely the law for bet them. Now the excuse no day. You don't talk all I one day today. That's fine. Papa safe, where beat him picking? Where don't see how the picking don't cry, they don't swap down, everything, they go and back. He explain the time they beat picking, he the knock I say, you not cry or not. No. We don't know. Now they call him and say, come. You know how I make her do this? Now because of this, and this. Now because of this, and this. Now I make her do this. But understand this, say, I don't create this opportunity, then one day, for una. Now for una, I don't do it. If it costs you for do video, go na them place the way they talk. We not sabi more like me show some of the place the way I not see as that. But na for go na the place they do video. Do video, sir. Show we. Say na this I don't know. Una look the thing there. Una they see them. Una talk no more. Na talk. Oh, they don't do this, they don't do that, but only they see. Let us see. They say, what you see, they believe. That's an opposite want to that the video they show. And the video they show. They how they beg. Can't talk back. Can't talk back, sir. And when they can't talk back, talk Creole. And address the people of the nation directly. Address them. Show them what you don't do. Show we. Give we tell we say, this one way you do so, it's not correct. Instead of do this, you get for do this. You self talking about the speech day, or for peaceful protest, that's not true. But you don't tell when they not give people a permit for make them come out. You don't say. I don't know if you don't know that, sir. You don't say. So that side they say the need for looker. The need for looker. Do ya? Come back. You don't do that one when at the beating one. You don't do one. Eh? You don't do one, sir. Come back now. Make who can talk now. Fine. Make who can talk and fine one. Eh? Do ya, sir? Would they beg you? Let's get other option them. Let's get other one day. Let's get her. The one them will say, oh, the president will speak tough. I think you don't appease them, sir. Can talk to you like daddy and pikin there. Make them know say they're able to talk, run to the president, he listen them. Eh? And listen them. They how they beg you. Come back. Come back, sir. We'll tell you thank you. Because but could tell the waiting and can happen immediately, you know they come. But this one, you don't come. Even though me I be one like can to we first. Even you go to BBC. Eh? When a BBC you be rich first before you come to the nation. Still. Eh? There, sir. Come. Can talk to we Creole. Can talk to the youth then directly. Yeah? Do ya? One for a year from you. Not too long from now. If you cause yourself for go to the radio station. But wait, Mr. President, I don't know if you know say people they not watch TV and listen radio so. So me, I want to suggest say the kind tension where they right now in the country. You need some people young people you know, where una go work with, tell the government to work with young people If na artists them now, if na actors them now, where people, when the younger man here they look towards, make them come out, and go to them and talk to them. But this one where one make a like say, now just this side, other side and they back, they're not gladdy. But then they swell like sir. So not to for say, then say away come out, and then they not like you, then no sir. No sir. Now it be say, they left space. That space there, now other people they can sit down, they don't mortgage. You see we now, while they listen to we, who they talk to? If people yeah, who miss the people's IG, But people we don't they follow we go tell you say long ago. We get youth them will be the interview. Oh, they cut then talk, they will put on this platform. If they go listen there, then go here, waiting then be done the talk. There, Mr. President. Come back, can talk Creole. And talk directly to we now. Directly to we. Like Papa and Pikin. Make the pikin understand who side the papa team up. And make the papa self show the pikin like say he understand who side they come up from. That do not mean say you weak. No, sir. That do not mean so. I don't know if they tell you, sir, say now, na market, then they sell chicken waist. Then they make them by heap. Some man, how they eat? He said that they get flesh now. But the two be they grab up na salon. Who not say chicken waist, people they eat her. They say when you eat her, they talk about cool. So something like that chicken waist, so then they import some kind of the country. Now make the young one and now then they talk with it, they never talk. Because I believe in they will be girl, will be the cup. Say no, it's chicken waist, so they make you talk with you, never talk. They make you Congo side, they make you lie. But now then they sell them. I don't know if you know. What's in do? The agriculture side. Eh? And yesterday I be talking, I don't know if you hear this. I be talking, I say, most of the one the way they in the administration, they all say they get farm, sir. Not to for feed win at the country. Not to win. Most of them, na cashew, na then they plant for export. So even when they all say, when they all say, oh, they self get farming, not to for we, oh. Now for exporter, then they farm for. You don't talk fine. We'll be sitting today, then tractors they will come. Then say, oh, then go use some people they also go rent then thing then they because myself sir, I depend small garden. Hey, now wait, bro. And they talk to the president, man. They try for selling your market. Hey. I be don't do house cleaning now. But you know, like we be the talk, sir. Now they will be the Hamburg. We be the talk, you they explain how agriculture and this, but not the same. I don't know if you go take them. I don't say get for can go this UN. But for take them, make you go around small. Make you go around small no more. For let you see their agriculture side where them be done they talk about. Mr. President, I want make you check on the youth in fishing where you be go lunch. Check ba. And not to for let you call them more. No. But I want make you check. Go na the different. Let them tell you go na the different waff them. Let you see ba. If you all water. So the youth man them na the reason that they oh. Na the reason that they. But do ya come back, can't talk to we. Come back, can't talk to we. And we they can talk Creole. Talk Creole, sir. And talk directly like say you understand within the gun and make we understand the solution that we don't provide. Again, not to wait till they can tell you. I want make you go small and you go check. Go check. Make you see. Because some now just your labor business that they do around you, and they do the work, sir. Now I make a lot of people in this ground too. And they do the work. Alright, sir. Thank you. For you able to come out and talk to we. We hope say go to do it often so that we all go understand we save. Alright. Me, I don't talk to President Biodon. I dey left ya. I dey left ya. We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again tomorrow. Triple A, Tata.